Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? I'm expecting this to be a volatile week. All right, we got a news heavy week, excuse me, with FOMC, a lot of interest rate decisions and NFP. So you can see here, really starting Tuesday, we got, unemployment rate, employment change, New Zealand dollar, consumer confidence. Wednesday is really where it's gonna a lot of volume, I believe, is gonna start to pick up. You got non-farm employment change, and then you got the rate decision for the dollar, FOMC statement, and the press conference. They're forecasting it to go up 0.25% basis points. So that can really cause a lot of spikes, a lot of volatility. But we're gonna see how we can catch some of these moves. But it's important. It's best to just be patient, allow clear price action to show its hand, and not get caught chasing price, especially when you're dealing with a lot of these rate decisions. All right. And you see Thursday, we also got rate bank statements and everything for GBP, as well as ECB policy and finance and rate statements. And then Friday, we got NFP. All right. So it's going to be a busy week. And January overall has been real choppy. All right. A lot of choppy price action, price and make a move, pull back, so it has been a clear direction, just a lot of choppy price. So with FOMC tends to set the tone, and sets it up for those bigger directional moves. So let's see here. So looking at the dollar, right, we can even look at this on a monthly to see it even more clear. We can see that the dollar had a big correction, and where we're at now, after this big correction, we're now sitting at this level of structure here. So if we look to the left, all right, this was a nice level of supply or resistance. So this is a level where price can break or bounce. All right, so looking where we're at, let's say like on the daily, price is still sitting within this level. All right. So in order for me to say, okay, it's clear that the bears are still in, I would need to see, sorry about that. I would need to see a clear breakdown. All right. I would need to see a clear, strong, firm break at this level. All right. But where we at now, let's say they raise the rates. This is a potential area where I do feel that the dollar will pump. All right. But I'm not going to get caught up in predicting. At the end of the day, we just want to trade what we see and react. All right. So let's say price holds here and we get a firm pump above this, a strong hold above this level. All right. Then that's a good sign that dollar is likely to continue to the upside. All right. And with that, we can look at how we can trade in line with the majors and the different pairs. All right. So looking at EJ real quick. All right. EJ, where price is currently at. All right. JPY has been real volatile lately. All right. But you see price came pulled down to around this level of support. Let's say third. Let's put this at 137.55. All right. So price came down. After this big drop, price had a pullback, retest of structure, continuation, found support here at this level of support, looking to the left, and bounced back up, retested this same level of structure, sold that again. So really, price is ranging. All right. We're pretty much within this range. This is just a rangy market. Okay. Looking at where price is at on the 4-hour and the daily, price still can give us a corrective move down. We still can see maybe a drop to start the week. Because we see price found bearish engulfing structure, pulled back, continued. All right. So we could possibly still see this pull back down. All right. But the thing is, what the dollar does is going to be a huge indication as well, because JPY and the dollar index tend to be inverse of each other. So let's say if the dollar just firmly holds and just pumps crazy, then it's likely that we're going to see weakness coming to JPY. All right. Which that means we could see EJ eventually, even if it pulls down, we could see EJ eventually starts to pump, and give us moves to the upside. So I'm just going to be patient, and just wait for the direction of moves. All right, looking at GJ. So we can see, all right, where price is currently at. All right, let me look at this if we look at this on the 4-hour, all right, we can see prices at this level of supply, where price had a big drop here in the past. Prices now came up, we rejected this, came back down, retested it again, and fell again. So it's interesting to see how price is going to hold at this level. Okay. Now, if we look to the left, this is a major level of support. All right. So price will need to really firmly break below here to say we're going to go even lower. All right. So you can look at this from this perspective. All right. Judging based off past price action, this is a level of support here or demand. Price held. All right. So price actually came back down there after rejecting from this level here. Price rejected, found support, came back, found support. So really it's ranging above, it's ranging in this level. So we need to see a true directional move. So for me, if I'm looking at this and I'm saying, you know what, I like to see potential, I like to look for a potential sell. In order to sell this, I would say wait for a firm breakdown. All right. So if price holds or if price gives us after rejecting from that top of resistance again, the price comes down to give a firm break at this level, then I would say look to continue to sell the pullback or retest opportunities. All right. Because this is a point where you don't want to get caught chasing because a lot of volume can't come in. So let's just be patient, you know, around some of these news events and just let them show their hand and direction of where they're likely to go. All right. Because also you got to be mindful of this here on the weekly. From looking at this previous weekly candle, this did close bullish engulfing. All right, so that goes back to what I'm saying. If the dollar just pumps, we could likely see some type of weakness continue to come in JPY. All right, you see price actually just found support here, the same level of demand. So we could possibly, even if it pulls back, drop some, this could just be a pullback to continue up. All right, so a lot of it's going to depend on what the fundamentals show too. All right, so looking at GU. All right, going in line, seeing really depending on how the dollar is going to form. So we can see this structure level I have drawn in here. This is basically a major level of demand. All right, level of demand. Okay, so we see when price came down, found support here, rejected with that wick, and continued up. All right, so if we take this down to the daily, this is really a breaker bounce scenario. All right, or a breaker reject. You see here, this is a level of supply or resistance. So I'm gonna call this a bearish order block. So looking at this really depends on what the dollar is going to do, really. And the dollar is going to have an impact. The pound is going to have an impact as well, because you see we got some fundamentals coming out on that as well. So if I'm looking for sales on this, similar to GJ, I would need to see a break of structure, okay, like on a smaller time frame. All right. So for me, I'm on a 4-hour here. Even if I look at this on a 1-hour, but I would mainly want to see it on the 4-hour for stronger confirmation. All right. So if I look at it from this perspective, the price holds and gives some type of firm bearish impulsive breakdown, then I would look for the opportunities on the pullbacks. All right. And just keep it simple, because if this forms a strong bearish rejection on the 4-hour, that's likely going to firm a nice, even nicer close on the daily. That's going to give us strong confirmation to continue to look for those sales. All right. So with this, just wait and be patient, because this can very well just decide to just break this. It's a lot of liquidity at this level. So just be patient, allow price to come to us, and we'll just react to it. All right. So AU as well. We had a major level of structure. So if I look at this on the daily real quick. All right. If I look to the left real quick, this is the level of structure that AU was currently at. This nice top where price had a big drop. All right. This is a major level of supply. From that top in the past, last time it was there, which is late 2022, about August 2022, price dropped almost 1,000 pips. All right. About 950 almost 1,000 pips. So now price is back at this level. So, and a lot of times you're going to see the technicals align right before a major news event. So you just want to be patient here. You don't want to get caught. Now, price gives us a firm hold at this level. All right. And we see the dollar hold bullish. Then that's just stronger confirmation that it's going to continue short. You maybe catch a pullback and continue to look for that sell down. So I would look like maybe even on a 1 hour, I would need to see price break structure. All right. You could look at it from something like this, but really, like somewhere in here, I would need to see price come down and break structure. Have a firm hold, a strong bearish close, and then look for the pullback or the retest opportunities and to continue to sell that down. All right. Now, what the dollar does is going to directly impact the major. So we just got to be patient and just react. And we could see some of these moves develop early because FOMC and NFP is not always the same week. But this week we have the rate and we got NFP. So usually what FOMC shows, that's the true directional move for the month. Like FOMC tends to set up swing moves. So it's no coincidence that we're at major levels of supply, like demand and stuff like that, because these are levels where price can have strong swing moves. All right. So just be on the lookout with that. Same thing with NZD USD. We're at a major level of supply. So all of the majors, NU, AU, GU, those are all at major levels of supply, while the dollar is at a major level of potential where it can be demand. All right, so if I'm looking at NU, you can look to the left. NU is around a major level of structure. If I look to the left, this was a strong level of demand in the past. All right, a strong level of demand or support that became resistance. Once it broke, retested it, resistance, came back here, retested it as resistance, and continued to pull away. All right, so this is a major level. So now price is currently in that level where it can possibly hold for resistance. So at this level, we want to be patient. We want to be patient, allow price to break structure. Right now it's ranging up here. So to be safe, just be patient. All right. So I would need to see some structure break. All right, like somewhere within here. So if price comes down, this is the 1 or the 2 hour. So the 1 hour, 2 hour, but really this structure, if price holds here and have a nice breakdown, a nice firm breakdown, then that's the sign. And if this happens, it's likely seeing the dollar hold support, the dollar index, same thing. Just continue to look for, those potential opportunities, continue to ride that down. All right, because if the dollar holds, again, these are nice swing moves, right? This could come all the way back down here if the dollar want to hold firm support. And with that, from where it's at currently, that's 270 pips, about 270 pips, which is a lot for NZD USD. That's a big move. NZD USD is not a very volatile pair. And to go in line with that, if I look right here, this is a level of supply here. So it just lines up, because if price breaks that structure right there, it will go in line with price potentially breaking back below this level of supply, which will be even stronger confirmation. So if we go back down there to the smaller time frame, now that we got that zone that lines up. So if price breaks below here, we also breaking back below that level of supply. And then on a pullback, potentially to retest, we look to continue to ride it down. All right. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at trading this pair. All right, now looking at gold. So looking at gold on a weekly here, we're pushing towards major levels of supply as well, because gold and the dollar definitely trades opposite, inverse of each other. So if the dollar holds firm support, then we're likely going to see gold react from that. So we can see here to the left, we see major levels of supply, all right, in the past, right? Looking at it up here, this is a major level of supply. We probably sold off in the past before. Okay, eventually, price had like a break above that, but when it broke above, it just was basically retesting this level of supply. All right, testing a little higher. But now where we at, this is the level where we can react. So we just got to be patient around this level. If I look on the daily, price did print a bearish engulfing from this level, which could be a sign that it's setting up for the sellers to come in. All right. So we have the technicals beautifully aligning before major news events. So now you just wait for the confirmation. More confirmation than the news is just going to bring the volume. It's just going to bring the acceleration. So gold, same thing. I'll go on a smaller time frame like the 1 hour. All right. And I want to see some structure break. I want to see price have an even firm break above this. Hold below this level, have a firm break of structure, breakdown, and then look for the pullbacks, right? Or the retest opportunities of structure. Continue to look for that potential wave down. Because we're gold at, this could set up for a major drop. All right. And we know gold is volatile. So sure we got some trend line action within here too. Boom. Perfect. Right there. I'll take that trend line right there. All right. On top of that, the price holds, firm breakdown, boom. Look for the pullback, for the retest, and look to continue to ride that down. All right. I'll throw my moving averages on there too. All right. My 18 is actually already slightly starting to cross over the red. So usually when you start to see that happen before the breakout, that could be a potential sign that it's coming. All right. But still, certain indicators, I'm more of a price action trader. I use my crossovers that time for just added confluence, but price action is king. So I want to see the price action show its hand too, and then catch that pullback and catch that wave. All right. All right. So that's pretty much it. Now, also you could look at the indices like US 30. US 30 tends to trade opposite of the dollar. So if the dollar pumps, we could likely possibly see US 30 or the indices sell off. Now, if we look at US 30 here on the weekly, we can see that we add a level of structure. Not only that, the last weekly candle closed bearish engulfing, which is a sign that the sellers are likely to come in. All right. So we could hold this level and see a big fall. And if we look to the left, this is a little level of support, but it also turned resistance. You see right here, retested, had a big fall. And then on top of that, we got a bearish engulfing on the weekly. This is a potential double top right here. All right. This would be like the neckline of our double top. So let's say price hold. All right. Price can hold that level. All right. We can see price reject here potentially and hold. Now, the signs that we're going to have an even bigger move and price hold here, come down and break this neckline, this low level of structure, then that's a sign that we likely going even further. All right. So we have some nice potential setups this week. Times like this, if you don't control your emotions, don't stay disciplined, you can get anxious because it's like you get in a predictive state. You don't want to do that. You just want to be patient. Allow price to break certain structures. Allow and just catch those waves. You don't want to get caught chasing price or the fear of missing out, because more often than not, you're going to get another opportunity to enter that trade. It's better to wait for the confirmed confirmation than to just chase and just predict and chase tops and bottoms. All right. So let's be patient. If you haven't, be sure to like and subscribe. Join the free Telegram in the bio. If you look, I'll send out free daily updates, free signals here and there. I'll start throwing one out maybe every week or every other week. I'll throw a signal here and there. In VIP, if you look for mentorship and everything will be in the bio. And I see you all on the next one. Peace.